that referred to some kind of story from our relationship as friends in New York and all that. But in the end, I just wanted it to just be about him, so I just called it Hiram. And you know, people that know him, you know, it's like that song in particular doesn't really sound like a Hiram Bullock song. Really, it's my homage to him, you know. But I think the spirit was there, and I was lucky to be able to have one of his closest friends, maybe the closest friend that he had was Will Lee, and Will played a bass on it. And the bass that he played, it's kind of funny. You know, Hiram played with Jaco Pastorius, and and Will knew Jaco as well. And the bass that Will played on that song was Jaco's bass.
Oh my goodness! I'm getting shivers almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Carmen, who also knew Jaco and everybody, was singing along, and it was just had this amazing like feeling, you know, like. Actually, Will only had that bass for I think 2 days, and one of the days was when he was recording that song.
Oh goodness!
So it was really cool.
Wow.
But it came out really well, and I play that song live for people, and it gets a great reaction. People get the feeling, you know. Well, I mean, I think the idea is always there. The idea is like, you know, now I'm working on a record. It's almost assumed that Carmen will be part of the project, or now Lizzie as well, because, you know, she's such a big part of our lives. The song that is it's called Between Two Worlds. I was working on a song, completely different thing, and Carmen was practicing the guitar in a different part of our house, and she came in and said, you know, I've got this idea and I want to record it right away, so I don't forget it. You know, I was using the studio. So she came in, and the mic was already set up, and I said, yeah, go ahead, you know. And she starts playing this song, and I was like, I think I'm going to steal this song. And so I said, what if we connected what I was working on with this, and within like an hour, we had this song, you know.
No, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And of course, then it took a while. I had to build it up from there and produce it. But the thing came together literally out of thin air. You know, she was practicing, I was doing something else, and came together. And growing up in New York City and being a musician in that environment, I did have the opportunity to play a lot of different styles of music. Over the 40 years that I've been playing music, you know, I started out, you know, playing R&B and rock and roll and all that stuff, and then when I was in the city, you mentioned Latin music, for example. One of the very first things I did in New York City was to play with Ray Barretto, who was a great Latin conga player, and he had a band that was kind of a fusion of salsa and Latin music and jazz and fusion and everything, and I played with him for a couple of years, and I really learned a lot about that. And then I got a chance to play with Chico Hamilton and Hubert Laws. And so the elements, I think, the hands-on experience. In other words, again, you can learn how to play Latin music from listening to records and practicing and doing all that stuff. But if you get an opportunity to do that in a real setting where you're playing with a real band, that really, it really drives it home. So I'm really lucky that being a New Yorker and being in all those experiences, I've been able to. And then, you know, it's natural, I think, to then incorporate those experiences into your own expression. First of all, just because of my relationship with Carmen, 30 years ago, Spain became my adopted second country, and so I learned the language. I learned to speak, not perfectly, but I can do okay. You know, I can defend myself, as they say. and the lifestyle in Spain. I mean, we're here in Europe. You're European, so you know the lifestyle in Spain is quite nice. You know, it's got
weather,
really beautiful weather, great food, great wine, pretty nice, relaxed lifestyle. And so as soon as I became hip to that, it was kind of like a no-brainer, you know.
Okay.
But I'm American. I grew up in America. I feel very American, you know, and grew up listening to American music and always a part of my, and in particular New York, because I'm from New York, you know. So never give that up, and I feel very close to that. With Fourplay, I'll be drawn back a little bit more into, because I was working more and more in Europe, I was still going back and forth all the time, but with Fourplay, I will definitely be, playing quite a bit more in the States, but also all over the world. The new CD, Let's Touch the Sky, coming out in October. We're immediately going to China, and then we come back. We're playing in California, and then we go to Japan. We just came back from playing in South Africa. It's a very global band, and all my career in general has been that. In the last couple of years, I've gotten a chance to play in India and Russia and Africa and all over the world. So it's really great. But I think that the two worlds thing has really enriched my life. First of all, because I love Europe and I love being involved, like being here in Germany. I love it here. It's got a very special feeling, and I now I've been here so many times. My friends, like Wolfgang Hafner and Till Bronner and Christian Diener, these people are like, part of my life. So it really enriches your experience, enriches your, I take something back with me every time I go back that I think helps the music, and yet at the same time, like I said, I'm American. I'm from New York, so I feel very much like a New Yorker and an American guy. So I guess the whole thing that comes out this is the idea of between two worlds. It creates kind of a new reality.
So, in closing this interview, I must say I've been tremendously enjoying this, and you've been.
Me too.
I hope that we can also welcome you back to Augsburg. We hope for that.
Yeah, it's been a great experience so far. My own shows tonight, but it's just great to be here again. I played like I said, played in Germany a lot, but to be here, particularly for a Smooth Jazz Festival, is really good. Because it means that this kind of music is growing here, and it was full last night, so I guess it's popular here.
And people had a great time. And
you could tell. Yeah, everybody's having a good time. And it's a beautiful place. You can probably see from where we are how nice it is. And I would love to come back, and I hope I can do whatever I can do to try to spread the word, because we want people to experience this music and to share it. Smooth jazz is a term, like any other term. It's not one thing. It's a very wide array of things. If you saw all the different performers,
right,
as you did,
yes,
they're all very different.
That's right.
And so it's an umbrella. Everybody gets under the umbrella, and hopefully it brings the people together, and then the music can grow and go where people want it to. And I definitely want to be a part of it in the future here in Germany and throughout Europe. And
well, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Really
and
great.
I'm looking forward greatly to the show tonight, and thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.